Hi everybody, Dr. Eric Snow, and today in this video I want to talk to you about super health with a product that we're very proud of that my wife and I formulated called Green Power. And so I'm sure we all have a memory of when we were younger and our mom or our parents are trying to get us to eat the broccoli. So they put cheese on there, they're trying to get us to eat our greens, and it was a real struggle. And I still see that today from practicing since 2005, doing thousands of food records on patients, people that are coming to us because they're sick, their body's out of order. We see the tremendous amount of processed foods that they're eating, the foul nutrition that they're eating, and the vegetables and the greens that they are not getting. Even the patients that do get the cruciferous plants and different types of greens and eat salads, what you see is they're not very consistent with it. And our body needs multiple servings of these greens every day so that we can have the health benefits that we need from these products. We have to remember our body needs micronutrients and healthy macronutrients so that it can repair the body, make tissue, build, have proper immune system, healthy physiology, healthy hormones, and also a healthy gut ecology or healthy gut microbiome. So what I want to talk to you about today is I want to talk to you about the different things that are in this product that we formulated called Green Power. But then I also want to teach you, well, why did we do that? So, when you're looking for a greens product, why these things are important. And then I want to break down the different greens that we put in our product and just share a little bit about the amazing health benefits that are in these different grasses and how this product would really benefit you, your family. And so let's go ahead and get started here. Fermentation is very important because it offers us many different benefits to the gut ecology. Many Americans are actually deficient in probiotics because one, they don't feed their gut ecology. These bugs need special foods and sugars and prebiotics to actually thrive and survive and grow. And then we don't eat foods that actually have probiotics in them. And that's one of the big benefits of eating fermented foods is you get different species of probiotics, but you also get the prebiotic sugars in foods that feed those, and you also get postbiotic material, and that special material or nutrition, you could say, even different specific nutrients and vitamins that they can make, that will be found in this fermented product. And so that would be things like fermented kimchi, fermented sauerkraut, just fermented mixes of vegetables are excellent for digestion, help elimination, be healthier and optimal, and keep this gut ecology healthy and strong. 70 to 80% of your immune system is your gut ecology and these probiotics. And so when that gets low and deficient, we're not as healthy and we're more vulnerable to viruses, bacteria, and our GI tract just doesn't work as well, and it can lead to some really nasty things like gut dysbiosis, which is a disruption of that gut ecology, and even leaky gut syndrome, which we see as being tied to many different conditions like autoimmune, heart disease, chronic fatigue, thyroid problems, hormone problems, and weight gain. And it's very important that you make sure your food, but even your supplements, if it's possible for them to be organic. Organic is giving us a better guarantee that these foods aren't laced with herbicides, pesticides, and different chemicals. Our body gets bombarded weekly by up to 80,000 different man-made chemicals, and so we have to relieve that burden. And when we started to study how to actually just even purchase a good green product back in the day as we started to learn about nutrition, but even more important when you're formulating and you're making a product, it's very important to make sure that these foods that the supplements are made from, that they're not contaminated with things like heavy metals, pesticides, different toxins. And so you're looking for something that is organic, and if you can find something that is fermented properly, that's going to be even better because the fermentation actually breaks the greens down. And what we're seeing from pre and post test is that there are actually more nutrients available, and it's easier to digest and assimilate. So you're talking about a superior product when you can find something that is organic and is fermented properly. So that's something you know look for when you're taking a green supplement. And then we want to also make sure when we're talking about contamination that it is gluten-free and 100% fermented. See, you can get a little tricky with supplement labels. So they can say, hey, this is a fermented product, but it might not be 100% fermented. So we want to make sure it's 100% fermented, and we want to make sure it's gluten-free so that we're not getting any of those lectins and the different gluten proteins, gliadin proteins that can actually irritate the gut and help feed into inflammation. So we're going to make sure it's gluten-free. And then one of the benefits that I mentioned earlier is when you ferment it, we're getting probiotics, live probiotics, and postbiotic activity. Big fancy words, but probiotic just means good bacteria that our body needs for our gut. Live prebiotic, so that means that it's still stable, and we have food in there to actually feed our gut ecology or gut bugs. And then postbiotic activity are those special nutrients and nutrition that's actually produced from the fermentation of these foods and sugars that these bugs eat. And so those are things that we're looking for, or you could say those are things that are great benefits to a 100% fermented product. And greens help promote pH. You can either be alkaline, acidic, or neutral. Distilled water is neutral. There's different parts of the body that need certain pHs to be healthy, but we're talking about overall system pH. We want to make sure that we are actually slightly alkaline because we really fight a lot of acidity, especially with American diet, being under lots of stress, high cortisol levels shift us into an acidic state. And that's not good because the body has to buffer that acidity. And so it's looking for the diet from different minerals and different types of foods and phytonutrients to buffer that. Because if we don't provide the body with the buffering material, it can actually leach nutrients from our body, especially our bones, to fight acidity. And that is one of the biggest things that are missed when you're talking to somebody about trying to stop osteoporosis or osteopenia. We need to look at the pH as well, not just the nutrients like vitamin K, calcium, magnesium, vitamin D, and other trace minerals. And then one of the great benefits, again, of a fermented product is that it supports gut health. And so to have good gut health, we have to feed the good bacteria and then even have foods that provide these great probiotics that our body needs. And then when you ferment a product, it is a lot easier to digest. And that's a big issue in America. When you go back and reading reports from nutritional anthropology, you see that many of the foods that we eat today here in America that I see clinically are causing so many problems, like grains, even nuts and seeds, is we do not ferment the products like they did hundreds of years ago or just 100 years ago. And we don't soak these different products. Those things, especially the fermentation process, they help to get rid of different things like lectins and phytates that these plants have that actually cause inflammation in our body and inflammation in our gut. And so when you ferment it, you dramatically decrease these particular things like lectins, phytates, and even oxalates, which can contribute to things like kidney stones. Mostly that would be more like processed oxalates, but it's still very wise to ferment these products. And so that fermentation actually helps to do these different things, make it more highly bioavailable and easily digested. And we actually added a very powerful, highly researched probiotic called Lactobacillus reuteri. It's just neat. You can type that into a search engine and see all the research that's done on this probiotic. But man, it really works well. I see it clinically work well. Patients notice how well it works and the different health benefits achieved from it. But just a couple here is this reuteri probiotic, Lactobacillus reuteri. It helps to have balanced inflammation. It helps with constipation. It's antimicrobial, so that's good when we're trying to get some of the bad guys out of the gut, like candida, different yeast and fungal organisms, even different parasitic organisms and pathogenic bacteria that can hide in the gut. And it also helps support the immune system, because the gut is about 70% of your immune system. So we really give our body an advantage of having a powerful probiotic like that. And so this is in these many different grasses that we've tested, that are clean, that we've fermented, to get all these benefits here that we listed. So when you're looking for a green supplement, you need to keep all these different things in mind. Is it clean? Is it tested? What type of grasses are in it? Is it guaranteed gluten-free? Did they screen it for heavy metals? And so we've done a great bit of testing and research to make sure this is a really good product. And just to talk about some of the grasses that are in there, we chose barley grass. It does many things, but one specific thing that's neat about barley grass, if you research that, is very rich in magnesium. And so not only are you getting the antioxidant effects and you're supporting your blood, your pH, and your liver with all these many different grasses, but you're getting a nice source of food-based magnesium in barley grass. And we also chose kale. Why is kale? What's the big deal about kale? Well, the big deal about kale is it comes from the cruciferous plant family. And cruciferous plants like kale and broccoli, Brussels sprouts, they have some very specific nutrients that actually support the cytochrome P450 system in the liver, which is how the liver, one of the ways the liver actually takes stuff it needs to get out of the body and transforms it so that it can push it out of the body. And so kale is one of the most nutrient dense cruciferous plants in the cruciferous family. Lots of vitamin K in there as well. And then it has a lot of flavonoids in there too, like quercetin and camphorol. There's been research that showed, hey, there's some anti-cancer benefits to camphorol. It helps to reduce metastasis of cancer. And then both of these, quercetin and camphorol, they're excellent to help fight that inflammation war. I've seen really great benefits from both of these with helping with histamine, allergies, histamine from foods. So just a great product there. Kale is something that we really want to get in our diet. And then we have oatgrass. And so oatgrass is rich in something called beta-glucan. Beta-glucan is a very potent food or nutrient for the immune system. I've put people on beta-glucan and they've reported back to me how they do not get sick as often. And so that is a benefit of oatgrass. And then another benefit is this particular, I'll call it a nutrient, but it's called trypsin. And trypsin actually helps to reduce smooth muscle cramping. So that can be really good for people that have any type of cramping disorders in their gut. Any smooth muscle cramping, that's very beneficial to ladies that are having some difficulty with PMS. That's going to be smooth muscle contraction. The magnesium helps with the smooth muscle contraction as well. So you're getting it from two different grasses there. It's an antioxidant. We talked about the smooth muscle. And then we also chose chlorella, a whole and broken cell wall. There's benefits to having both. And chlorella works really well with another herb, you could call it, called cilantro. You'll find cilantro in a lot of Mexican salsas. They tend to put it on salad. You might find it at the salad bar. But several studies have showed that this chlorella and cilantro are very effective when you keep that in the diet on a daily basis. In a matter of about 2 to 4 months, they have noticed a dramatic decrease in heavy metals like mercury, and aluminum and other different toxic elements as well. And so that is a benefit to a properly formulated green supplement, is that we can help to sweep out these metals that we get exposed to from herbicides and pesticides, air pollution, cosmetics, hair dyes, so many different ways that we get exposed to these metals. Even eating healthy fish like tuna, we can see, hey, we get a burden over time of things like mercury. And so we have to really watch that. But we want to know how to stay away from metals, but we're just in a time now where we actually need to put things in our body to help us with this toxic assault that we're under every day, as our environment has really gotten polluted and our food supply has gotten polluted. And then we added a food in there called spinach. And many of us grew up seeing Popeye eat spinach, and he got powerful with the biceps popping out. But spinach is a powerhouse. You're getting vitamin K. Vitamin K is important to help your blood be able to clot properly. Vitamin K is very important and has gotten some attention recently, but vitamin K is very important for bone health. When I was doing one of my papers back in college for a nutrition class, I got picked to study vitamin K, and I was just amazed to see how important it was for proper bone density. And so we're getting vitamin K. Spinach is good for the bones. It's got lutein and other carotenoids, which are good for the eyes, and so that can be a support to help prevent macular degeneration or slow down macular degeneration. And spinach has anti-cancer compounds and anti-inflammatory compounds. And so that is a lot of information there, but this will help you select a green product. But I wanted you to see all the thoughts behind how we formulated Green Power and why we formulated Green Power. It's an excellent supplement. I use it clinically and I get really good results. It has become a part of my heavy metal protocols when we do clinical testing, like hair testing, to see what the toxic element profile is on somebody. I use that as a part of a chelation program. I use it as a longevity supplement, an energy supplement. I use it to help support proper hormone health. And because of the probiotic, prebiotic, and postbiotic activity, it's excellent when we're doing any type of gut work, which is going to be autoimmune cases, people that have weight loss resistance, any of your chronic inflammatory gut disorders. I'm going to consider using Green Power for that. Well, I hope that helped you today. I'm Dr. Eric Snow. And hey, if you have some type of a health condition, doesn't matter if you live in Lake Charles, Louisiana, or where you live nationally, give us a call so we can get to the root cause of your problem and help you get your health back. If you like this video, give us a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button to like our channel if you want more information like this, and share this with family and friends so we can get that health information out there. This is Dr. Eric Snow, helping you transform your health naturally.